Hello again. This is Vandana with the second episode of Inspire. We are celebrating 75 years of independence. It has been a long struggle. The very word independence brings a smile on our faces. Many great men who have fought this struggle. Swami Vivekananda's true place in Indian history can be seen in his ability to influence men of courage to lead India to its independence. In his Kumbakonam lecture, The Mission of Vedanta, Swamiji roused them with a commanding appeal. What our country now wants are muscles of iron and nerves of steel, gigantic wills which nothing can resist, which can penetrate into the mysteries and the secrets of the universe and will accomplish their purpose in any fashion, even if it meant going down to the bottom of the ocean and meeting death face to face. That is what we want, and that can only be created, established and strengthened by understanding and realizing the ideal of the Veda, Advaita, that ideal of the oneness of all. Freedom fighters who lived between the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century were influenced by Vivekananda's words. The impact on the Indian national movement has been recorded by the nationalists themselves. Mahatma Gandhi tried to meet Vivekananda at Belur Math. He was attending the first session of Congress in the year 1901. Gandhiji almost had to walk down to Belur but could not meet Vivekananda as he was ailing and passed away soon after. Later, however, in the year 1921, when Mahatma Gandhi attended the birth anniversary celebrations of Vivekananda at Belur, he said, "It was Vivekananda's books and teachings that helped in the national awakening for Swaraj." Swami Vivekananda inspired revolutionary Hemachandra Ghosh while visiting Dhaka. Swamiji said to him, "India should be free politically first, because nobody in the world will ever respect or listen to a colonized nation. And take it from me that India shall be free. No power on earth can resist this fact, and I tell you that the moment is not very far." His prophecy came exactly 50 years later in the year 1947. Swamiji said, "Foremost of all, have character. If you want to serve Mother India, be brave. Proceed to relieve her suffering after acquiring great power and courage." Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose lived by his ideals of courage. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, the revolutionary turned spiritual guru, acknowledged that Swamiji's spirit visited him several times in Alipur jail. Swamiji said, "For next 50 years, this alone shall be your keynote. Mother India, that is all." Swami Vivekananda had visualized India's preordained destiny of taking on the mantle of the world's leadership. This would not only be in the realm of spirituality, but also in the every other sphere, be it economic, political, or social. He said, "Every nation has a message to deliver, a mission to fulfill, a destiny to reach. The mission of India has been to guide humanity." Narendra Modi says, "It is because India has been unable to occupy what rightfully belongs to her that the world is suffering from the menace of terrorism, degradation of the environment, and a topsy-turvy economy." A famous philosopher once said, "Who lives if India dies? Who dies if India lives?" With freedom came an opportunity to take India to the pedestal of world leadership. However, we must work collectively with clear goals. Peace can never prevail without reaching out to everybody with basic education, shelter, and healthcare. Let us pledge to refuse to accept conflict as a way of life and preach and practice only peace. India's independence was not just a transfer of power, but for India to organize the thoughts of the nation based on Indian philosophy, to realign it, to develop the whole society, bringing together all the members of the society on the path of justified development, and to work towards contributing to the entire world. And so, thousands of revolutionaries laid down their lives. They smiled through to the gallows. So many families were destroyed. There were many young people who left their education halfway to join the nation's freedom movement. They believed that there will be young men and women who would be joining them to continue their work ahead. I leave you all with this question today. Do we hear their silent appeal for work for the nation and their faith in us? Will the youth of the present pledge to complete it?
Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya 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 He.